No. Because the man needs it. And then the person you call a prostitute is a woman who is trying to help you. Is it good? No, is it good? And by the way, one of the reasons why the ladies end up as prostitutes and so on is because some man too did not raise them well. Because any girl you see on the streets running around, you question if they had a father. And if this person is out here because a man didn't raise her well and a man wants to sleep with her, why is she the prostitute? Anytime you see a girl that's pregnant in her mother's house, you laugh at her and mock her. But how did that happen? There's a man somewhere behind that thing now. But you mock the girl and you shame the girl when she has something you put there. Is it good? When a girl has 2 kids in her mother's house, you say, to fear what? To fear what? Women are angry. And they have a right to be angry. Because, you see, when people are siding you, you may not want to say the truth. But if you're an honest person, you say, this is not good. This is not good. And let me tell you something. I wish we had time. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this thing I'm saying now. Even though I'm starting, I don't have time. If I have time. You see, the woman is created to be defended and protected by the man. That's the arrangement. And so when the man is now busy and serious about trying to defend himself and shame the woman, she'll be angry. And the problem with a woman being angry, women are slow. They are slow to anger. But they will arrive. And when they arrive, there will be no peace for the wicked. When a woman is finally angry, no peace for anybody. When a woman is angry, the house is on fire. The man is in trouble. You will run from that your house. That is your house. Your wife gets angry and begins to act out that anger. You that own the house will run. Children will be disorganized. Life will not be together when a woman... See, women need to be at peace for life to go on well. Because women don't know how to be angry. They don't know. When a man is angry, he can just be put himself together. Women don't understand, put yourself together. No, it's when you give a man a gun, he aims and aims. He can be aiming and aiming, and you go where you're going. Give a woman a gun. She doesn't aim. She just starts from this corner. What she knows is that finally one bullet will catch you. When she talks, she says everything. One will hit you. She will say this. That's why, you know about nagging. It's a gift they have. You see, feminism, I don't have time. You know what they call feminism? Feminism, where women are standing up and saying that we don't need men, is an expression of the anger of women. Because when the person that's given to you to protect you fails to do that, after a while, somehow, you start protecting yourself. And women do that very well. You see, women, they can take care of themselves anyhow. But when a man is there, something in them tells them it's a man's job to take care of me. So they leave it for you to do. If you fail to do it, they will say, are these things in our hands? Is it I cannot pay by my own way? When they now start doing what will help them pay their school fees that you did not pay. So they are now They don't care about men. Have you listened to people have you watched all this your YouTube thing and all that? Have you seen women say, we don't need men? That's a nonsense statement too. But they say it. We don't need men. Men, people are also learning it. Have you heard that kind of a thing before? That's nonsense. But when somebody is angry, they don't think clearly. And so from there you get lesbianism, right? Where a woman chooses to marry another woman. When a woman chooses to marry another woman, what will happen to the man? The man will have to choose to marry a man. So you have lesbianism over here. You have homosexuality over here. Have you seen girls? I have, in this my office, there's a member of this church. She's not in church today. Member here until today. But I'll be at church staff, not seen her. In this my office, she told me she wants to be a single mother. She wants to get someone to get her pregnant. I don't want to marry. That's where things are going now. So this thing you are saying that, look at them, they are misbehaving. People now want to do it by design. I know someone that has 2 kids, no husband. By choice, not that out of autopurime, by choice. Because when the men don't play their role and women get angry, the world just scatters. Homes are broken. So what do you do when a woman now has kids as a single woman? No fathers by design. You have a world that is being plunged into crisis. Can you manage this sound that's coming in the sound? There is something Miles Monroe said. Let me tell you what he said. Miles Monroe said that women are like incubators. If you give a woman a word, she gives you a sentence. If you give her a sentence, she gives you a paragraph. If you give her a paragraph, she gives you a book. If you give a woman a house, she gives you a home. You give her groceries, she gives you a meal. They incubate and multiply. They incubate and multiply. You give a woman sperm, she gives you a child. You give a woman frustration, she gives you hell. Listen now. You can always tell what you are giving a woman by what she's giving back to you. Now, this is my message. This I've said now is a message I'm preaching. You can always tell what you are giving a woman by what she's giving back, because by a woman's nature, she is a responder. Women are responders. If you want to know how to relate with women, just know they are responders. Women are not originators. They are not cause. They are effect. If your relationship fails, it's a man's fault. Did you hear what I said? It's a man's fault. Because this woman is waiting for you to do something to enable her respond the way you expect. You are the man, you are the head. You are the first to be created. The response you are getting, for those who are married, does this make sense to you? I hope it makes sense to you. The response you are getting is based on the seed you are planting. And for women too, this is important. You see, sometimes you need to know how God created this world to function, so you know how to carry yourself. Sometimes women think that this is how I am. It's not true. This is how you are made to respond. Is somebody hearing me? Oh God. This woman that's always talking, she can marry someone and you won't hear her voice. Because this person does not trigger that, does not tune that radio. There are people, see, why you won't know trouble. There's a man you marry, get joy. Because he has a key. When you don't know what to do, say, I don't know what to do. You know, for a man to accuse, I don't want to talk about married people. Just marriage is interesting. I want to talk to single people, you know. And you too will marry soon. When a man starts accusing the wife for anything, it's a shame. You are the big boss. You are the head. Head is supposed to be where brain sits. There should be a way you should think out what you will do until you come. A man is created to be smart. Let me tell you something. Women worship smart men. Smart. Women are just messed up by a brain. They are messed up. You just do one. They can be angry and talking, and you bring out one brain. Bim. And they will know you are using brain on them, but they will like it because you are in charge. But all this living in a world where you just keep blaming anyhow. See this woman, this one, that one. You're the cause. Every person, every woman has the best in her and the worst in her. Listen carefully to me. That thing you are running away from one is in the other person. Oh. You know, yesterday I was talking to somebody. I told him, I said, you see, Rachel was beautiful. Leah was ugly, right? The temptation is to think that you can pick one. You can't. Because there is Rachel in Leah and there is Leah in Rachel. It's a question of which one is in front. You know why? Because Rachel and Leah, they have same parents. So I asked the young man, if you are picking who you want to marry, you need to choose where you want the ugliness to come out. Because there's ugliness in your wife, no matter who you marry. Is somebody hearing me? Anybody you see that is beautiful, if you trace their lineage, you will hit one ugliness that you will say, is it from here? Yes. So I said to the young man, do you want the ugly in your wife or in your children? Because it's there. Everyone has the good in them and the bad in them. The best in them and the worst in them. It is the one that you call for that answers you. Is somebody hearing me? For those who are married, the wife that you wish you married is in the wife you married. The wife you wish you married is in this one. The day you call that one by the name you want to call her, it will answer you in this one. Now, the perfect gentleman is a person that has the wisdom to bring out the best in a woman. Come on now. What you want is not to pick the best woman. What you want is capacity to bring out the best in a woman. Because if you pick the best woman and you don't have capacity to bring out the best in a woman, you still spoil it. So forget finding who is good for me and have capacity to bring out the best in them when they meet you. Because you cannot tell who will come your way. You cannot tell. God did not tell you he will create anybody after your image. No, there's nothing like that. But anyone God gives you, you need the capacity to bring out the best in them. That's who a perfect gentleman is. And that's who Jesus is. And by the way, all the teen boys who are here, this is what I'm saying. You need to learn it. You need to learn how to treat girls. And we don't teach these things. Right? Now some of you are thinking that I'm even crossing the line. Because if you don't know how to treat girls in secondary school, how do you know how to treat them in university? How do you know how to treat them in marriage? You need to learn that this is how you raise a man. You raise a man from this teenager to be able to treat women like this. Nobody taught us. Nobody taught us that if you are walking on the traffic, that the man should be inside the traffic, the man should be away from it. Are you hearing me? Many times people going on the road and the girl is inside the traffic. You know why? Nobody taught them, even their wives. How can the woman be the one that vehicle will hit? It's you vehicle will hit. But I'm not joking. But besides that, listen carefully. You are the one with the smartness to jump out if the vehicle comes. And you are there, you are holding the person's hand, which is trouble. Holding her hand in the traffic, you hold her hand and be going. And then be talking. But you know why that's not done? Nobody taught it. Your parents did not teach you because your parents did not teach them. You can't expect yourself to know what you have not learned how to do. Teach your boys, parents. Do you understand me? I was talking to my boy the other time. There was something I came up with this particular girl. There was some negotiations to be done. So I was teaching this boy how to, because women are simple. I was writing him a text, and I told him how to treat the small girl with respect and how to woo her. Women are to be wooed. You know what they call wooing? I was telling my boy to woo the girl the right way, say the right things, respect her, think of her interests, and the thing you want, she will give it to you. Don't think too far. No, I'm not talking about the other thing that you want. But you have to learn. Women are in 3 categories. Every woman is either your mother, or she is your sister, or she is your daughter. Finish. Every woman is either your mother, or she is your sister, or your daughter. Finish. Your wife is your sister, special class. Now, if you understand that, you see, when people go to pick who they marry, there's an evil spirit in our head. That evil spirit is that I want to pick the best of the girls and run. Right? That's how we think. I want to pick the best of the girls and then leave the chaff for all the other, but Paul and then let them carry all the. I want to pick the best, and then you have to pick the best. That's why it's not hard. But if you know that the person you left is still your sister, you will know you still want the best for them. Does it make sense to you? You know that this is my sister, so I don't want to marry the best. I want to marry my own. So if my own is bad, I marry him. Because that other one there too is my sister, and I still want the best for her. If you have your mother, your sister, your daughter, how will you treat them? With dignity and purity and respect. And that's how Jesus treated women. Jesus is gentleman special class. And I like him because he was single. Right? So he shows you that this is the way to treat women. It's one of you. I don't know, these people, they ran ahead of him, but he was here. Okay? So let's see if we can look at how Jesus treated women and then see what we can learn from. Is somebody hearing what I'm talking about today? You need to learn. If we learn how to treat women, this world will be fine. Because, you see, when men fight, if when in school, those times you are fighting, it's your girl that came out and because the girl is not happy. If they are happy, you can mind your business. Number one, Jesus, this is important, even though it's hard. Jesus saw women as equal to men. Again, people are struggling already. Are you struggling now? You know, I've been saying this since Adam was a child in this church. But there are still people that struggle with accepting that women are equal to men. Can I ask a question? Is anybody still struggling with that? Can you say the truth? I'm still struggling with how can a woman be equal to a man? If you can say the truth, raise your hand. Okay. They are here. They don't want to raise their hand. I know that one by the Spirit. Now, let me show you one thing to help you. Two things. Number one, how can somebody give birth to you and you think you are superior to the person? How can you come out of somebody, but there's a reasoning in your head that makes you think that you're superior to that person? It's error. Number two, have you seen a guy who goes to TT a girl and tells her, I'm superior to you? They don't say it. Why do they hide it? Because they know it won't fly. If you just go there, it's over. Because something in you tells you it's not right. Women and men are equal. If you read Matthew 19, they brought someone to Jesus. Oh, no. The Pharisees came to Jesus and they said to him, can a man put away a woman for every reason? You know, that story in Matthew 19, people think that the discussion in that story is divorce, right? Jesus said, say, can a man put away a woman for every reason? Jesus said, the man that the God that created them made them male and female at the beginning, and then they said to Jesus, what's that? A certificate. If you put her away, give her a certificate. That's what they said to Jesus. So people think that discussion is discussion on divorce. It's not. That discussion is discussion in the superiority of a man to a woman. Because what that law says is that a man can wake up any day for any reason and say, Mankechi, I'm tired. Today you will go. Where is certificate? She will bring it and sign and give her. She does not need to do anything. No quarrel, no fornication, no adultery, no lie, just that I'm tired. So it is showing that this man is superior. For instance, you see, when you read the Bible, it can never be that a woman is putting away the man. So what she is property. What she is something to own. When you're tired, you give your neighbor to continue. You collect another one. When you're tired, you give your neighbor. And Jesus said, the person that made them at the beginning made them male and female, and so they are no more two, but they are one. In other words, you are equal. If you can put her away, then she can put you away. And if you cannot do that, then the two are supposed to be one. If you marry her, stay there. Is someone understanding me? Do you understand? Jesus considers the man and the woman equal. See, the way you treat a person is a function of how you see them. If you see someone as inferior, you will treat them as inferior. And women have been taught to be inferior since. You know, in the Bible days, there is a prayer that who did not, you did not make me a Gentile. You didn't make me a slave. And you didn't make me a woman. What does that tell you? That the woman and the Gentile and the slave, they're in one camp. This is God's church people. Remember that Jesus said to them that Moses granted you to do that for something that went wrong in your head. Because at some point something went wrong in people's head. So Moses now, because men are the problem. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Men are the problem. When a man stands up, his word stands up. You are the king. Something went wrong in our head. And Moses said, okay now. And what happened in history cannot change what God has in mind in creation. Do you know that all of those temples in the Bible, women don't enter them? Women don't enter the temple. The tent of women, outside. Tent of Gentiles, outside. Tent of Ndishi. And then is somebody hearing me at all? I want you to understand what to do. If you don't want to do it, that's your business now. Galatians 3 verse 28. Put on the screen for me. Because I want these brethren to see it. I want men that will stand up to be men and learn how to treat their women, their children, their daughters, their sisters, their mothers with the dignity that they deserve. Look at what it says here. There is neither Jew. Jesus came Greek now. And he's saying that now God has removed the demarcation between Jew and Greek. Remember, the Gentiles have a camp. If it is Christ, you are one there. You look at your sister and look at your daughter and look at your mother, and you know in all honesty and settlement of your spirit, we are in unity that they deserve. You treat women as inferior first. He's created first. That's an advantage. Because he's first, he now thinks that being first means he's superior. It is not. They born you 2 or 3 in the house. Let me see your hand. Okay. All right. Is anyone among those siblings superior to the other person? Is anyone superior? No. Just because you are first does not make you superior. You can be first. If they can give birth to you, and your parents can stay 20 years and not give birth again, right? When they give birth to the next person, you are equal. But it will require your own humanity to know, even though I'm older, I'm more privileged by time, we are equal. So you should grant that other person the privilege of their equality with you. That's what we don't do. Because we are first. So we refuse to grant women the privilege of their equality with us. And it's evil, and it's bad, and it's wrong. If they do it to you, you won't like it. Number 2, men are fast. Just because you are fast does not mean you are superior. If they give birth to your brother and he's an imbecile, is he equal to you? Is he equal to you? Is he equal to, even if you have to carry him, is he equal to you? Men are fast, women are slow. It makes no difference. And by the way, the person that is slow will go further than you who is fast. And it happens all the time. That's why a man can die and a woman will still live like 20 years. Have you seen it happen? Are you guys with me at all? See what happens in life, eh? If you are married and if you are like people here now, treat your wife well. I beg you in the name of Chineke God, treat your wife well. Because as a man, under normal circumstances, your strength will go before her own. Eh? A time will come when you will need her to treat you well. I don't know if you're hearing me. Have you seen women taking their husbands to the hospital? The man and the man will be the woman will be holding her. Dibia. Men, listen. It will happen to you. Who can have a huba? He's aching now. You got pampa. Jiwayo, take it easy. He's coming. She will ask you something. Get out. She will go. After a while, when it will come, you carry stick. Jenny. Yeah, let's go. Her own turn has come. Have you seen women that deal with their old husbands? Didn't treat her well. Your children with all your money. And when Mpuno dioro. And then when she comes back, she brings you singlet. Come on, whatever else. Treat your wife well. Like her or not, treat her well. Buy her chicken from time to time of you because you for. Women, I don't have time. But it's a word. It's a word. Women give birth to our children. Is that a small thing? You know, we live in a world now where we make light of giving birth to children. That's how you know the world is coming to an end. That you make light of burning children. How do you replenish this community? You need this woman. You see, what we are supposed to be doing is to be bowing down to them and carrying them and respecting them because now them they born their children. But now we have learned that is burning children a job. Do you know what burning children means? For all your life, you get to carry the pregnancy. And this pregnancy, receive grace. You know, women go through menses. That thing they go through, once they from 14, 15, okay? When did it start? 14, 15? 12. That thing is one sickness every month. There are people, when their own come on them like this, it's like they're dying. Every month. No guy here has any menses any month.